Hey everyone, it's Jayworldwide here. I'm here with 3 of my PSN friends.
This is your dude, KillerX, aka Bravo Squad Leader. You can call me Medi for short.
It's for Lakevion, aka Bill Collector. You know what it is. Pay your bills.
It is your boy TG, aka Cold Red, Claire Redfield. You know what it is.
God. Okay, so we're going to be talking in a group setting for these videos, and we're going to be talking about anything and everything video game related and just everything on. This video particular, we're going to be focusing and talking about a game that's been getting mixed emotions within our group of friends on PSN, which is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Now, my opinions for this game are very limited because I've only played 2 in the series, which is this one and the 4th game. I enjoy just about everything about this game, but like I said, my opinions are very limited just because I've only played the 2. But I have not played a game in a long time that has captured my attention like this game has, to where I could come home from work and play this game until I go to sleep for a week straight. I enjoy everything about it, and I cannot wait for the online mode to come out because I'm co-op everything, play online everything, and it's been out for, what, pushing a month now, and that's when the online's supposed to come out next month. So that's my limited opinions on the game. I enjoy everything about it.
Well, like you just said, he's only played, what, 2 Metal Gears? That's
2.
a shame. He's never played Resident Evil Code Veronica X.
Oh,
That's
boy.
also a shame. But back to Metal Gear Solid. I done played them all, and I love them all. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I love that game just as much as all the rest. I understand how some people might not like the story as much, the progression of it, but I really want to know what my nephew really feels about the story of the Phantom Pain, because I know he has issues with the story. I want to know in detail about the story that he doesn't like.
The story alone is, in my opinion, is actually pretty bad. The dialogue just was not there for any of the characters. The one who talked the most was Kaz, and his lines were all garbage. Big Boss said like one line a chapter. They made also like garbage compared to all the other ones. He was just a freaking base trainer, garbage. And then Skullface's whole involvement in the game was so stupid. His reason behind becoming the villain or whatever was really weak. It made too much sense. It made sense, I guess. It made sense, but it wasn't that good. Then they had Eli's story, and it was better, a little more interesting, but overall the story just was pretty weak, especially compared to all the other ones. But it had a good ending, so I guess it gets points there. But
Yeah,
really everything else falls pretty.
I kind of agree with Lakevion as well. The story was pretty lacking. By what we saw post-game, before everything came out, trailers, the tweets, everything that was going along about the game, like just basic information released about the game. It just seemed so amazing. It seemed like definitely going to be the game of the year. But when I played it, like, I was like, really? This is what I was hyped about? Really? I don't know. It seems like the presentation of the story was there on point, like just about every other Metal Gear Solid game, but the like small details and the little, dialogue that would really explain what's going on in the stories, like on previous Metal Gear Solid games, was lacking. I mean, I know they had the cassette tape things that diehard fans probably went back to listen to, but it's like I remember when Medi, KillerX, was playing it, and he was in every cutscene. The presentation was so on point. It just like gripped you. Like didn't it grip you? Like just make you think like it was so amazing. Like the presentation of the cutscenes were there, but it was like the smaller dialogue details that really developed the story wasn't there. Well, it was there in the cassette tapes, but it wasn't forced upon you to actually dig deep and understand everything. It was more just a pretty cutscene or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. The presentation of the game was just like on par, probably one of the best things I ever experienced. But I mean, you have to have presentation. You also have a pretty good story, and we all know in this party that Metal Gear is probably maybe the one of the most complex and greatest stories maybe almost ever written, ever. And that's from somebody that usually just plays video games for its story. I played the other ones. I played 2, 3, and 4, but compared to any of those, the story wasn't even there. Graphics were amazing. Gameplay was amazing. Gameplay was probably better than the other one, but.
Did you guys like the fact that it would like, Jesus, all 4 of us trying to talk, like in between the main missions? Because I remember when I was playing 4, there wasn't really a break from you doing the storyline. It was all storyline, unless you got off the game and played online or whatever. But I feel like with this game, when they had the missions come out, you know, in like chapters or whatever, like I feel like, well, for the way I played the games, anytime I got a side ops, I'd stop the main story, and I had like a break from the story that I could go and do pretty much whatever I wanted. I feel like it gave me so much more options to play the game exactly how I wanted to play it, compared to like when you play most games, it's you either do the story, it has a section for story, has a section for co-op, and it has a section for online. I feel like this game blended that really well, and we haven't even played the online part of it yet.
Right, and that's another topic, you know what I mean? Like, my nephew and Lakevion, you know, we all talk about how the game like appeals more to the casual player rather than the diehard fans, because you know the diehard fans want to just play, experience the amazing story, play story, and when I say play, not play for that long. Maybe just get from the open world to a base, and then once you get to that base, you see a 30-minute cutscene, and then you do another mission where it's 5 minutes from point A to point B. Once you get to point B, 45-minute cutscene that's going to explain everything and even more. But it was that's like a whole different topic, you know, about how games are appealing more to casual players. Because like, if this Metal Gear Solid released like all the other ones, I'm not even sure if you would have beat the game. You know what I mean, Jacob? Like, this game was more like, any way you want to go into the game, you can play it. It's for anybody to play any way they want to. If they don't care about the story, they're gonna have a blast. If they do care about the story, they're gonna have a good time, but they're gonna be a little disappointed, I want to say, because there's so much of the story that's already been told, and this is like the one little gap that we're trying to fill in here, and yeah, they probably came up a little short filling in that gap, because the story's been crazy and complex, so you're trying to get that last piece of the puzzle, and that piece doesn't fit, and you're like, what's going on here? That's why I think a lot of people really is like disappointed with the story, that puzzle piece fits.
And like you can focus in on gameplay. That's all right. That's cool. That's kind of why we play gameplay. But why is it from mission 30 to mission 45? I'm playing the exact same missions. Replaying the missions. Like, that's another thing I really didn't like. You could have added a little bit more story and a little bit more, I don't know, gameplay. Like, take us different places or something. Like, you definitely could have done that. I don't know why they didn't.
I agree. They did focus on the gameplay like a lot, and usually that does take away from the story and other aspects of the game. But luckily, I guess, for Metal Gear, if you're not coming from like a die-hard story fan, then the game is really amazing. It does do really good with the graphics. The gameplay is most definitely there. The content's there. But for me, the reason I bought the game in the first place was to, like Twan said, fit in that piece of the puzzle that was missing, and it did not fit at all. Well, it did, but not as much as I was hoping, and that's why I personally don't really like the game that much.
That must be why I like it so much, because of what you just said. But no, I definitely agree in the sense that I do not think I would have beaten the story mission of this game if it had played out like all the other, like the way 4 did. Like if you had to just strictly play the storyline, because I think I ended with like, but I also take a lot of times when I play games. I want to say it was like 60 hours in the story. I cannot remember the last time I played a story that was that long that I actually played through and completely beat the game. I can't recall a game that's that many hours that I actually played and beat that's like that. But like with open world games, they give you such, like I said before, the options to go and do, like, you know, you don't have to go do this main mission. You see something over there that you just want to go look at or explore, you can just go do it. And I feel like games like that, for me, give me such more enjoyment than games where it's strictly story. But like I said, and like all you guys have been saying, if you're not a diehard Metal Gear Solid fan and got this game for the story, like I didn't, I mean, I got it to play the story, but more or less, I don't know all the other stories, so I'm a little more lost than everybody else, but the gameplay and everything else has pulled me in, and I'm just glad it wasn't a straight shot in the story and it had other things for you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really gonna like the online when it comes out. The online looks like it's pretty, gonna be really good.
Yeah, it does.
And because of the whole focus on the gameplay, like the gameplay is more fast, it's more frantic, it's more. It's still pretty strategic, but not as much as like Metal Gear Solid 4 online. But you know, you got people sprinting, diving, jumping, sniping, different roles, stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure a casual player would pick up that online and just love it. Like, you know, if you ever play like a Call of Duty, Ghost Recon, or anything like that, I'm pretty sure a lot of newcomers will definitely love the online.
Oh yeah. And if it has half the options in gadgetry that the story mode has, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, and I guess this game did really, like, all the excitement about this game and the game itself, like, playing it probably made a lot of newcomers want to go back and play the old games. I bet you a couple people went back, played the HD collection on PlayStation 3 or something like that, and got bored. Tried to experience and put the puzzle together. So, I don't know. I guess it did bad and also did good in some way.
It's
Yeah,
definitely...
even diehard fans beat the game and they were still confused with what was going on in the story. So I could just imagine newcomers like, God, I gotta go back and play the old games.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
It might even be a good thing. It might even actually be like a good thing because, like I said, I played all the games, and even after beating this one, I'm a little confused. Not a lot, but a little confused to the point where I even want to go back and replay them just to, you know, just find out more. The game's very complex. The story's super complex, and you always gotta go back and remember what all went down. But it's definitely the greatest. I'm gonna say that it's the greatest. Metal Gear Solid the greatest.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Shout out to my girl Quiet. Shout out to my girl Quiet.
Oh boy.
Oh, let's talk about that. Great. Let's talk about Quiet here though, because it almost seemed like everybody that played that game, newcomer or diehard fan, they loved Quiet from the jump, not just because of the breast. Very nice breast. Very nice breast. But it's just she doesn't talk. She sings. You just love her. You just love her throughout the whole game, and then you beat the game, and you pretty much get the assumption that she's gone forever. Whatever way you want to see the situation happening, she either died or she's never coming back. But I go back and I play the game and I try to S-rank it, and the cutscenes aren't the same. Her cutscenes never pop up again. Her dancing in the rain never pops up ever again. There's no way to see it again. I don't know if you got to make a new account or whatever, but you never see it again. You never see her stab the dude's teeth out. You never see that. Like all those little cutscenes that you wish you could just replay it all out. It doesn't even happen again. But what do you guys feel about Quiet just being gone? Like completely gone.
That's gonna have to be part 2 because we're running out of time. So if you guys are interested in a part 2, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and be looking for part 2 to come very soon. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed.
Shout out to Capital Austin.
Oh boy, Tay, come back to us.
Also, go check out Original Gamers channel. He's
Jayworldwide.
how am I supposed to be?